First off, I have a bit of a cold in case you couldn't tell. That's why my voice sounds a bit weird. That's why I might be sniffing in this video a little bit. So I do apologise in advance for that. But I'm not going to let illness stand in my way of talking about an awesome film. So let's do this. Hateful Eight is the new film directed by Quentin Tarantino. A lot of people are raving about it because it's a new Tarantino film. Just a disclaimer right now, the only Tarantino film I've ever seen before The Hateful Eight is Django Unchained, and please don't comment saying like, oh, you know nothing about films, you should stop doing videos because you know nothing about films. Shut up, I don't care about that bullshit. I've never watched the Tarantino films. I'll watch them eventually, especially after seeing Django and Hateful Eight. I'm very interested in checking out the rest of this dude's filmography. I'm just saying, I don't have Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs to go off when talking about The Hateful Eight. I'm just talking about The Hateful Eight as a film, really. So I didn't really have any big expectations for The Hateful Eight, judging off Tarantino's other filmography. The only thing I have to go off is Django Unchained, and I was like, okay, so the guy who did Django Unchained is doing another Western. He did it before with Django Unchained. I loved it with Django Unchained, so let's check out The Hateful Eight. And does he do it again with Hateful Eight? Yes, he friggin' does. I absolutely loved The Hateful Eight throughout, and I'm actually quite baffled that I loved this film given what this film actually is. And what it is a film based primarily around the dialogue between the characters. Because usually when you have a film that's based mainly on dialogue, sometimes I just find it boring, but Hateful Eight is a big exception because it's a Western, and also the dialogue is just extremely well written and it's so interesting. I was just sat there listening to these characters talking about their backstories, where they've come from, where they're going, and I was just riveted by it because of how entertaining it was and how well it was delivered by the actors. All the actors in this film, man, they do really great jobs. Kurt Russell's really good. Samuel Jackson is my personal favourite. I mean, Samuel Jackson always has charisma to everything he does. Jennifer Jason Leigh was good as the prisoner being dragged around by Kurt Russell. Michael Madsen, it was great to see Michael Madsen back in the film because the last film I remember him being in was Scary Movie 4, and yeah, he needed The Hateful Eight, and he was really good in the film as well. The story of this film is very interesting as well. When you get to the cabin and Kurt Russell's like, one of these men is not who he says he is, it puts a really good mystery vibe into it as well. And in the second half of the film, it takes twists and turns. There's plot twists that I didn't expect, and I'm not going to spoil for you right now, and they were very surprising. I was not expecting the film to go in the directions that it went. But another big praise I want to give right now is that this film is 3 hours long, which I know sounds very, very daunting, and I was kind of dreading watching this film because of the 3-hour runtime. But I swear to you, the 3 hours of this film goes by like that. But I guess that's pretty much because it's an entertaining ass film. It's really well done, interesting, well written. The violence, oh my god, I haven't touched on the violence yet. The violence is just very Django Unchained-esque. When someone gets shot in the face, the head explodes, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. So if you are daunted by the 3-hour runtime, don't be, because the film goes by so quickly because of how entertaining and how good it actually is. Plus the opening credits of this film is like straight up 50s, 60s Western vibe in terms of the font of the titles that come on the screen, the music. Oh my god, I haven't touched on the music of this film. The soundtrack and the score is amazing. It's so good, so Western-like, and it just fits with the film so well. So to wrap this up, guys, I loved The Hateful Eight. It was such an entertaining film, given the fact that it was based in almost entirely on dialogue, which usually I find boring given whatever the film is. But obviously this film had a great dialogue delivered by really good actors who gave really good performances, with the addition of a really good story thrown in there with a lot of great mystery vibes surrounding it, really good twists and turns, really great violence, awesome soundtrack, really good old school type vibe to the film, like the 50s and 60s time kind of Western films. All these things are just crunched into one, and it's such a great crunch, and I love The Hateful Eight. It is amazing, and I am going to give The Hateful Eight full marks, 5 out of 5. With The Hateful Eight and Django being the only 2 Tarantino films I've ever watched, I'm thinking I might have to watch the rest of his films because those 2, just awesome. So have you seen The Hateful Eight? What did you think about it? What do you think of it compared to Tarantino's other films? Whatever your thoughts are, tell me in the comments below. If you like this stuff and you want to see more of my stuff, then be sure to subscribe to my channel because I've got stuff coming to you guys all the time.